All right. Well, we're coming towards the end, but I think you've had experience, obviously, in going to a number of different businesses, family-owned businesses, and the like. And I mean, often a lot of our listeners will be employees, or they might be thinking about moving jobs. And as we've discussed, the challenges of doing so. So I guess what I'd like to ask you is your 3 top tips when entering someone else's business with the objective of having a real impact.
Yep. Well, I think one of the benefits, Ruben, is that you pre-warn us. So I have come prepared. My 3 is, I think the first and most important thing is actually winning the trust of the people.
Yeah.
You're going into something that's been around, whether it's for 5, 10 or 50 years.
Yeah.
And so the best way to do that is you're the outsider. People might view you, you're going to come in and you're going to turn this place upside down. Depending on the circumstances, you've got to pick your timing.
Yeah.
You've got to win the trust of these people. So you've actually got to get to know them. And it's both professionally and personally. And again, as you said, there's a line, but you actually do need to know them. You need to understand, do they have a family, or what sports do they like doing, why they need to knock off on a Thursday night because they're going off to basketball. Yeah. But then you actually need to understand their job. And you spend time with them. It's not like, okay, you're the CFO, this is what you do. You actually need to spend time. And that just builds trust. Then all of a sudden they see where you're coming from. So I summarise that in winning trust and getting to know your people. Yep. And obviously that's in any size business. The second important thing, I think, is you need, and every business will differ, but you've got to understand the systems that are in existence in the business, but make changes and valid changes that are going to help the business. Not all of a sudden we've got a daily report that all of a sudden is cumbersome to prepare and it's taking up half a person's job. But what I have found is that in both organisations that I've done this consulting work to help their businesses, it helped me understand the business, but even more importantly, it helped the owner and every member of the team understand the drivers, the cogs. What's really driving this? What's holding that project up? Yep. Oh, it's because we didn't send a pre-alert message that something needed to be done. Yep. So systems, and again, that comes to whether it's a financial flash report that you do every week, that you sit down with the owner for 15 minutes and say, okay, listen, this is where we stand. You don't have to wait till the end of the month. Don't have surprises. So again, I'm an accountant, so I'm very systems orientated, but I think that's critical. And the third thing when going into someone else's business, I think, is looking at their systems and processes. Again, family businesses, and it's not necessarily only family businesses, but a lot of them don't have formalised systems and processes. And what I've done successfully in both is documenting them. And it can seem a little bit anally retentive, but in the end, by having it documented, that helped with training. That helped with an induction program when someone was starting. That actually helped say, wait a tick, why did we deviate? Why was the margin on this? Wait a tick, you didn't follow the process. And rather than it being forced down someone, once they actually see the benefit of it, you've got them won over. Yeah. And so systems and processes was really another key one.
Excellent. All right, Brett. Well, look, thanks very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
It sounds like an interesting journey, but it's there's still plenty more to
more to come.
Plenty more to come. If people want to sort of reach out to you, where can they find you?
I'm literally firing up the website as we speak. Yeah. I've got a mobile, which I'm not sure if I can give over the air. Yeah. 0419 367 590, and right. You'll find me. Just look me up on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's the best way. I love LinkedIn.
Just search Brett Schwartz. Okay, thanks very much for tuning in, everybody. We will be back with you again next week.